Hello students, I am Kanimozhi, Assistant Professor, Department of English from Kristu Jayanti College, Bangalore. Today in this video lecture, I'll be sharing the key insights on how to craft an effective cover letter and curriculum vitae. So let's get started. So whether you are a fresh student who's entering into the job market or a profession who is looking for new opportunities, having well prepared curriculum vitae and cover letter make all the significant changes in your job search. So we should know the do's and don'ts of curriculum vitae, and herewith I'll be sharing the tips for effective curriculum vitae and cover letter. So first, we all have doubt. What is the difference between the cover letter and curriculum? CV and cover letter. That means curriculum vitae and cover letter. We always wonder what difference the both have. So definitely it has the differences. Whereas curriculum vitae and resume both are same. In some countries it is interchangeable. Some countries it is not interchangeable. So we should know the difference between curriculum vitae and resume. We should know the difference between CV and resume. Most of the time we think curriculum vitae and resume are same, but it has different role. Curriculum vitae is a Latin word which means the course of life. It is typically a longer, more detailed document that focused on academic coursework and research. In United States and most of Europe, resumes and CVs are not interchangeable. In the case of resume, it is a shorter form of document. It is a French word, resume, which means summary. Even here, we may come across different pronunciation, resume and resume. Resume is a shorter form of document that we use to apply for job, whereas resume is a verb. For example, let us resume video recording, let us resume the work. So both has different meaning. So next time when you are pronouncing the word, always pronounce it as resume. So in the countries like India and South Africa and Australia, the term CV and resume are interchangeable, which means there is no much difference. So we should know when to apply CV, when to apply resume. For example, when the recruiter is called out for interview, called in an advertisement, they always mention whether they want curriculum vitae or resume. So based on the advertisement, we can decide whether we are going to send curriculum vitae or resume. So only thing we should remember from this is curriculum vitae is a detailed document of our professional career, whereas a resume is a shorter form of document. So in the case of curriculum vitae, we should remember the following points. CV is a detailed document highlighting your professional and academic history. So it is primarily a marketing device because we always call it as a marketing device. Throughout our career, we use curriculum vitae in order to attract job opportunities. That is why it is called as an marketing device. While preparing curriculum vitae, we should remember the following topics. So we may include our academic credentials, scholarship, award that we received, coursework, research project, publication of your work. Everyone might have the same credential, same work experience. So in order to make your curriculum vitae unique, stand out from the crowd, you should do following things. So you always keep certain things in your mind whenever you are preparing for curriculum vitae. Your curriculum vitae should orient towards the objectives. You should keep in mind about the objectives of the recruiter. So whenever you are going through the advertisement, you should read the objective very clearly, and also you should follow the format. Your curriculum vitae should not be handwritten, it is always should be printed. And you can also use the font size like Calibri, Arial and Times New Roman. These fonts are desirable fonts, and whenever you are preparing your curriculum vitae, always do spell check and use proper spacing. Whenever you are taking printout, always use good quality A4 size paper, and also the words printed should be legible and neat. Yes, as I mentioned earlier, always understand the objective of the job, objective of the recruiter. So, based on that, we have to prepare our curriculum vitae. Try to make it simple and professional. Don't try to overshare information just because you have many information to tell. Your recruiter doesn't have any time to go through all the details that you provide. So, always provide the necessary details. So, your point should be straightforward, mannered with clarity. Always highlight your keywords, because nowadays the recruiters are not checking the resumes manually. They always use AI to check shortlist our resume. So when AI is shortlisting our resume, it always searches the keywords. So whenever you are applying for job, based on the job, you use the keywords, so that it becomes easier for the employer to search for the prospective candidate. They can decide whether you are a prospective candidate for that job or not. And also keep these points, highlight your strength and achievements, because they speak about your determination and efforts. Always mention relevant information. Don't share unnecessary information in the resume and curriculum vitae. As I told earlier, highlight the key points, that to highlight the key points in bulletins. Keep your resume up to date. So this is more important, because whenever we are applying for job, we send the same resume to different job. So that is quite unnecessary. Based on the job, we should prepare a resume and it should be up to date. Mention the name of your reference only after seeking their approval. Yes, we may mention many names of reference, but we forget to inform them that we have added in the resume. So always keep them informed that their name is added in your resume, so that when the recruiter called and asked them, so they can inform about you. So, while dealing with do's, we should also know what not to do while preparing the curriculum vitae. Don't try to bombard your resume with information. Yes, don't overshare any information, because no one has time to read the entire details. Don't write things that seem unnatural or absolutely unrealistic. For example, you are a fresher, you are applying for the job. So, but in the goal you have written, within a year you are going to become a CEO of this company. So that is quite unrealistic, unnatural. So whatever is achievable, you mention only that. Avoid using jargons and slangs. This is more important, because jargons and slangs not everyone understand. So always avoid using jargons and slangs. And don't make colorful resume. It is not at all attractive. Also, don't put false information or misrepresent facts in your resume just because you want that job. So don't try to add any false information just for the sake of getting job. We should also know the types of resume. As I said earlier, we should send different types of resume for the different job needs. So we should know the types of resumes. There are two types of resumes. One is chronological resume, another one is functional resume. We should know when to send chronological resume, when should send functional resume. The first one is chronological resume. This everyone is familiar about. Chronological resume, as the name suggests, is prepared according to the years, starting with the most recent one, thus going backward. For example, it is just like the Instagram feed. The recent one is always in the first. So in the same way, chronological order, or in reverse chronological orders, we arrange the sequences, we arrange the data. So it starts with employment history, educational qualification, the other training things, so that when we use this type of chronological resume, the employer clearly understand the flow of your career. Where are you now, and also what are the things you have come across, that the recruiter can clearly understand when you use this kind of resume. Accordingly, they can judge your suitability for the job. The second one is functional resume. So this is not quite familiar to many, because many always prefer chronological resume. When it comes to functional resume, when you want to prioritize your skill set, you can use functional resume because it highlights the capabilities of the candidates. So when the candidates possess different types of skill, they want to highlight their skill, they use the functional resume. So when we should use functional resume? For example, when you have the long career gap, you don't want the recruiter to ask so many questions on your the job gap. So in that time, you can use functional resume to highlight your skill set. Next, when you are a recent graduate with no work experience, because you have nothing to list out in experience column, in that case you can highlight your skill set. And whenever you are switching your career, for example, you are in teaching field, next you are going to IT field, previous experience is not at all needed for new career. So in that case, whenever you are switching your careers, you can send functional resume that highlights your skill set. Then when you have long history of unemployment or job gaps, you can use functional resumes. So this is one aspect, that is curriculum vitae and resume. The another important aspect of job application is cover letter. We always confuse why we are sending cover letter along with resume or curriculum vitae. Yes, cover letter we should send along with our resume because it is a piece of persuasive writing, whereas the resume we use to highlight our academic credentials, experience. So in the case of cover letter, we use it as an opportunity to persuade the employer that why you are a right fit for the job. So cover letter is a one-page business letter we always send along with the resume. Your cover letter always should introduce you to an employer and give them additional information about your qualification and character. Yes, it is a piece of persuasive writing because here you are not only giving your details but also you are persuading the employer that why you are a right fit for the job. How interested are you to apply for this job? So cover letter is kind of a persuasive letter. Why I need a cover letter with job application? So in order to persuade your employer why you are the perfect candidate, why you are passionate about working in the company. So most of the content your cover letter that you include, it should be factual without any fluff or generalization. So the ultimate goal of a cover letter is to convince your employer how well you are interested in and qualified for the job, because many of them would have the same experience, same qualification. So in cover letter you have to showcase your character, showcase your high level of interest, why you are ready to apply for that job. So it is a great place to provide additional details about your work history, skills or life situation to the prospective employer. When it is written well, your cover letter provides important information that your resume is not able to communicate. In short, curriculum vitae is the ultimate goal of your cover letter is to convince your employers how you are interested and how you are qualified for the job, how you are a right fit for the job. So it is a great place to provide additional details about your work history, skills, life situation to your prospective employer. When it is written well, your cover letter provides important information that your resume is not able to communicate. In short, curriculum vitae is a short document or detailed document that details your professional journey. On the other hand, the cover letter is a place where you persuade the employer or recruiter, where you want to showcase your character and interest for the job. So next time whenever you are applying for the job, keep all these details in your mind. All the best for your job. I hope you find this video lecture informative and interesting. Thank you for watching.